My name is Joy Nduagibe for what God has been doing, using this prayer family to do in my life. First of all, I want to thank God for the prayer of today. God delivered me this morning, even though I went out without my prayer shawl. All the while I've been going out with my prayer shawl. But today I didn't go. But then when Daddy said you should use prayer shawl and put on our head, I used my hand, and suddenly he said the hand of God. So I when he was praying about every evil dream, the dream that manifests, a negative dream that manifests physically. So I noticed severally that at times I will have bad dreams and it will manifest fastly. And anytime I have an attack and I will fall sick. So this morning when we were praying about the dream, I fell under anointing of God, even though I wasn't in the house, I was out. But I felt the hand of God. I felt because I was sitting down, I felt my mouth everywhere was opening. You see, everywhere was opening. I felt something that left my body. Something like something sitting left, like stood up and left my body. I give God the glory. And also I want to thank God because He mentioned of every discharge. I've been having some issues, but I thank God He mentioned it. And I thank God that He mentioned my name this morning, that I'm not going to die young. Yes, I'm not going to die young. I really give God the glory. A few months ago, my menstrual period stopped. So it stopped for like months, which I wrote on the prayer line for prayers. I wrote there for prayers. So one day someone gave a testimony about how she started seeing her menstrual stuff, and I key to it. So after, like, let's say 3 months, I started seeing my menstrual period. But now this period started flowing like normal period. Before you know, it started like bleeding. It's that you see some. I was bleeding like, I don't know, like it was like where they untap. It wasn't as if it's from my body. I don't know. I was so bleeding. Almost 1 good month, bleeding continues until one day I still followed the prayer in the morning. I still use my prayer shawl. If I place my my prayer mantle on my stomach, it to be as if it's there, the whole thing. It to be as if it's the worst. So I continue praying. I continue joining the prayer until one day after the prayer I went out. When Daddy was always saying, my soul has escaped, my ear will not see evil and all that. And also anytime he mentioned my joy in the, maybe because of prayer, I always claim the prayer, I always claim it, I always believe it's me that God is talking to. So that day I went out. So after the whole this thing, I saw myself. I went out. I was talking to people. Suddenly, my eyes started closing. Suddenly, I slumped. My breathing was going down. I could not breathe. I told somebody, please, can you help me to put me inside a bus? I'm going home. I had to let me manage to see if I can get home. So inside the bus, I was unconscious. Meanwhile, when I entered the bus, the driver, the AC was off. I started screaming, please, on the AC, on the AC. It was like the last breath I want to, you know. That was how I started saying, God, I can never die like this. My soul has escaped. I will not die. I will not die. I was battling with the spirit, in between life and death. I was battling. I said, God, I will not die. I will not die. So when I started saying those things, something like smoke left me. I passed out. I passed out. There I was, because I could not even talk, I couldn't see. Everywhere was dark. So suddenly I heard when they mentioned my bus stop, and I woke up. I told a woman, I don't know how, when the woman sat beside me, I don't know who she is. I just told her, my please, I cannot see, but I know this is my bus stop. Please, can you help me out? Can you help me to come down? So she held my hand. And because of this corona stuff, everybody is being careful. She held my hand and helped me. I sat in a metro, in a bus stop. While I did not just sat there, it was as if I was lying down. I was still battling with my breath. Until I still passed out. I continue saying that I will not die. I continue saying that my soul has escaped. God helped me, used a lot of people around me to help me. And also, God helped me and gave me a job because for a while I've been searching for a job, and because of my health, I was unable to work. But after that, when God healed me, God gave me work. I'm working part time. I just want to thank God for all He has been doing. I just thank Him for healing me. I know that the one that is remaining, He will heal it permanently. I know a lot of things has happened this morning. I just give God the glory. I thank you, Reverend Sam Oye. May your oil never run dry. Indeed, with God, all things, everything, exception of nothing, everything is possible. Thank you, sir. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, Pastor Shegu. God bless you all.